Hey guys, it's Ollie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, exciting news is I am planning on getting some new snails. I'm planning on getting some cornoaspersums. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to put together a snail enclosure. So of course, a very quick disclaimer first. You should definitely make your enclosure for the snail you are getting. This is not a one-size-fits-all type of situation. I'm just going to be showing you what I do for garden snails. Another disclaimer is that this one is about garden snails, not giant African land snails and not aquatic snails. This is for the majority of the species of garden snails. And disclaimer number 3, which is the last one I promise, is that I am not an expert. This is just something I do as a hobby. So of course, always try to get more than one source. The more you have, the better, honestly. Just don't go word for what I say for sure. Make sure to back up that whole thing. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Future-ish Ollie here to interrupt the video. I am so sorry, I promise it'll resume soon. Skip to this time if you don't want to hear about this. But I will be at NARBC this year at Tinley Park. I think it's October 7th and 8th. If you are going and you happen to see me, please come say hi. I would love to meet some of you guys. I will also have some small little perler bead snails that I will be making to pass out to some people I might see. So if you happen to see me and you want one of those and you recognize me, please come say hi and you can get one of those. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to put that out there in case any of you guys are going, because I would love to get to know this community a little bit better. Just putting that out there is that I will be there this year in Illinois, so. Typically, the rule of thumb is 1 snail per gallon. The enclosure I am using here today is a 12 by 12 by 12 Exoterra. I personally wouldn't put garden snails, like larger ones like aspersums like I'm putting in here, in anything smaller than a 5-gallon enclosure. Now you can make your enclosure anything from glass to plastic totes, for example. You do want some more floor space, since typically garden snails are more terrestrial. However, there are some species of garden snail that are more arboreal, so that would just come down to what kind of snail you have. Now, regardless of if they are terrestrial or arboreal, you do want to supply them some kind of climbing room. So as far as the type of enclosure goes, I just recommend having something that opens like a door like this one does, or opens from the top, as long as you can weigh it down or lock it down. I definitely don't recommend anything that slides open. So if like the snail is on the door that you have to slide open, you're not going to be able to open your enclosure to maintenance it or anything, so just avoid those types of enclosures. Now as far as substrate goes, I use a mix of eco-earth, organic topsoil, sphagnum moss, leaf litter, and play sand. The organic topsoil is going to be kind of our base. Make sure that whenever you get it, you bake it to get all the nasties out of it. Eco-earth will supply some of the fluffiness and also will maintain some moisture. The sphagnum moss will also maintain some of that moisture, as well as provide food for the cleanup crew and the snails themselves. And the sand is for supporting burrows in the enclosure. Make sure to give them enough substrate to burrow down in. I usually do a few inches. They do dig to thermoregulate as well as to lay their eggs, so you want to make sure that you give them that substrate. Now for the fun things like the decor. So you're going to want things for them to hide in, like foliage. I use fake plants in this. I will at one point be transferring to real plants, but they can kind of devastate that, so I'm waiting a little bit before I commit to any of that and just using some fake plants. You don't want anything hard in your enclosure. If a snail climbs the walls of the enclosure and falls, which they are pretty likely to do, then you have to deal with breaks, and sometimes those can be fatal. So you just want to avoid having anything hard in the enclosure, and if you do absolutely have to have something hard in it, just make sure that you put some moss over it to kind of buffer that fall. You want to give them some things to climb on. Snails really do enjoy climbing, so I used a piece of cork bark for that, as well as just the stick that I have. If you do get sticks from outside, please make sure to clean them properly. I do have a video for that. And lastly, you're going to want more moss and leaf litter. Again, these just provide food, also maintains the humidity, and provides hiding spaces for your snails and any possible cleanup crew that you will have in your enclosure. Plus, it just kind of adds a nice touch. Alright guys, and that was pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Mentioning once again that I am going to be at Tinley Park this year, 2023. It's October, I think 7th and 8th. So if you are planning on going and you happen to see me, please come and say hi. Don't forget to give this video a like for the algorithm, comment down below if you keep snails and what kind of snails you keep, and subscribe to this channel if you are into this kind of content or really any animal kind of content. I upload every single Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you can hit the bell if you don't want to remember that. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Bye.